Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and today we're not answering a question. Today we're talking about a generality because it's been asked so many times. People come to me and say, "Hey, Vince, if I have, a workplace discrimination case or a workplace sexual harassment case, how do I get my emotional damages component up?" And if you're saying to yourself right now, what's the emotional damages component? We have a bunch of videos on the channel that break down how damages are calculated into three different groups: the economic damages, the emotional damages, and the punitive damages in this kind of lawsuit, specifically in a lawsuit pertaining to workplace discrimination or workplace sexual harassment. So I would recommend maybe you watch one of those videos, or maybe Victoria can put it here. Probably not. Probably not going to happen. But those are good videos for you to watch to get a basis of understanding and how these damages are calculated. And we'll wait for you. Pause this, come on back, and when you're ready, we'll move on. Okay, we're back. I assume you've watched the other video, or you're up on how damages are calculated. So we're talking about emotional damages specifically. People come to me and they'll say, "Hey, how do I get my emotional damages component up?" And I will always say you should treat with a mental health professional if you feel it would help you, and specifically go find a mental health professional that is not a professional witness, but someone who is actually conveniently located for you and well suited to actually helping you. And then when you treat with that person, you should pay attention to how much of your time you spend speaking about things unrelated to what happened in the workplace and things that happen in the workplace. And don't fake anything, make it real. But if you're really upset about what happened in the workplace, maybe, focus on that. That's what caused you to go to this therapist, theoretically. So make sure you're talking about it, because if you're spending all your time talking about other things, it can often be used as evidence that you're not that upset about what happened in the workplace, which may or may not be true, but is an argument that defense counsel will almost certainly make. People will say, "Okay, Vince, that sounds like the basics. Great. I'll look into doing that. What else can I do to get my emotional damages up?" Well, one thing you can do is have discussions with your doctors about physical manifestations of your anxiety or stress that came from what happened to you in the workplace, right? We're just going to go with blood pressure because it's a really simple one and it's less giggly than some of the other physical manifestations, right? Stress comes out of the human body in physical manifestations in a variety of ways, and many of them are gross or potty humor or whatever. So we're just going to stick with blood pressure for this one. We've all been there, right? We've all been super stressed. I don't really know if I have, to be honest. I just don't think I have the capability to some extent. I'm just too stupid to know when I'm in a bad situation. That's what it comes down to. So you're not, though. You're intelligent. So you think about things and you're aware of your surroundings. And when things are stressful, you might get stressed. And you might then have a physical manifestation of that anxiety, of that stress that you're experiencing as a result of what happened in the workplace. And that's going to be something you need to talk to your doctors about. Might be something you want to get treated. If it's blood pressure, you should potentially be very careful with that, because, it could cause you to have a stroke or an aneurysm or a variety of other conditions that will shorten your lifespan. And listen, your employment attorney will still be able to potentially collect for your estate, but it's going to be tough without you. No, I mean, seriously, you take care of your health first and foremost, right? That's also what I tell people about the mental health professional. When you're going to hire a therapist, don't get the therapist who's the professional witness, because one, that therapist is just going to say, "Everybody gets PTSD. You have PTSD. You have PTSD. You have PTSD." And then defense counsel can be like, "How many people did you treat this year?" to your professional witness therapist, and they're going to say 50. Great. How many of those people had PTSD as per your diagnosis? 50. Right. Okay. How many of those people you testify for in a case like this? 50. Right. You think the jury's going to believe the goddamn word you say, you moron? Right? Professional witnesses, this specific kind of professional witness, is an artifact from the stupidest timeline. they're charging thousands of dollars per hour to fuck up your case, like, and not help you, like, and not treat with you in a way that's actually going to help you to get better, right? In my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but don't do it. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so you got yourself some blood pressure in our hypothetical because you've been through a lot in the workplace. Well, that's a physical manifestation that can be measured. That's important. Now, you're going to have to talk to your doctors and say, hey, doctor, do you think this was caused by what happened to me in the workplace? And the doctor's probably going to have some questions for you, like, well, when did what happened in the workplace start? They're going to look at your medical records. And they're going to say, yeah, so the thing that happened in the workplace, the sexual harassment, the workplace discrimination, that started last year. But you've had high blood pressure for 5. So, no, I don't think your high blood pressure is caused by what happened in the workplace. It might be slightly exacerbated by it, but it's probably not caused by it, right? That's not going to do all that much to increase your emotional damage to the ward, right? And this is something I want to caution people. People will come in and have very legitimate cases, but get a little wild with the physical manifestation of anxiety discussion, right? I've certainly seen this happen, right? I've been in courtrooms where people will be testifying, and the witness will be prepped, and the attorneys for the plaintiff will say, "Hey, listen, I know that you're really keen on saying this high blood pressure was caused by what happened to your workplace, but your doctors don't think that. We don't think that, and nobody with half a brain is going to think that." And the plaintiff will be like, "Yeah, sure, okay, I won't say that. I'm not going to get into that." And they get on the stand, or just to the deposition even. We'll go with the deposition, lower stakes, right? They get to the deposition, they're under oath, and defense counsel says, do you have any, you have emotional damages, you're suing for emotional damages here. Do you have any physical symptoms of your anxiety? And this client, who's been prepped 30, 40, 50 times to not say this, will say, yes, I received high blood pressure condition because of what happened to me in the workplace. Cool. So defense counsel is going to be like, great. We have your medical records here because they're at issue because you're pursuing emotional damages. So your medical records then have to be looked at and fought over. Are you aware that your doctor says that is not the cause and there's no temporal proximity between your high blood pressure and what happened in the workplace? You've had high blood pressure for 5 years. And the plaintiff here is going to be like, no, I didn't know that. He did. We told him, hypothetically, right? The attorney for the plaintiff was certainly like, yeah, your doctor says that's not the case. Stop saying that. Okay. So the defense counsel's like, okay, you didn't know that. You didn't know your doctor said there's no temporal proximity. Okay. Do you know that your doctor says that when she asked you how much salt you take in per day, your answer was roughly 3.5 oceans worth of salt per day, which many scientists and medical professionals feel might be a contributing factor to high blood pressure conditions. No, I didn't know that. I don't remember saying that. I don't think that's true. I don't think I eat that much salt. Oh, okay. Well, your doctor wrote it right here, 2 years before your case ever started. Right here. Let's put that in evidence. Yeah, let's picture the jury is going to see that. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be a star document in our filings. Yeah. Okay. Now, sir, we're still in the role of defense counsel, sir, and this is not how any of this would actually happen. We're shortening things greatly and ad-libbing to be a little bit funny. But defense counsel is, going to say, sir, are you aware that your doctor actually has some other contributing causes listed in your medical records that could be things to watch vis-a-vis your extremely bad blood pressure condition? Plaintiff's like, no, I didn't know that. Okay. Sir, how much do you weigh? Plaintiff's like, I don't know. Okay. Are you aware that in your medical records, your doctor reflects that you You weighed in about 400 pounds. Plaintiff's like, no, I don't think that's true. I can't be 400 pounds. So, well, okay. I mean, it's your doctor recorded this using a medical scale. So I guess you can contest that if you like, but your doctor noted that you weigh 400 pounds, and that is a major contributing factor to your blood pressure. This was noted, again, 2 years before you ever experienced anything negative in the workplace. Are you aware that weight can be a contributing factor to high blood pressure? No, I didn't know that. Plaintiff didn't know that. Okay. So you're saying that what happened in the workplace caused your high blood pressure, even though you had high blood pressure before what happened in the workplace. And there's a lot of contributing causes with a lot of data and a lot of scientific studies and a lot of history reflecting that these contributing causes, like your super high salt intake and your extremely high body fat percentage, are very likely causes of your extraordinarily high blood pressure. But you still want us to believe that what happened in the workplace is the reason you have high blood pressure. Plaintiff, I mean, why not double down? We'll just be like, yeah. Okay, so let's break scene. What just happened? So that plaintiff made a really stupid argument that no one will believe. And in so doing, just threw away his credibility. Like, why would anyone believe me? Why would you believe me? Why would you believe me? I'm clearly a liar, right? Like, that's what the plaintiff just did, because that plaintiff wouldn't listen to his attorney. Saying dumb things is human nature. We all say dumb things. I routinely say dumb things. I've said dumb things on this channel, right? Saying dumb things that are obviously willful lies, that's a little different. That makes people hate you. And it makes them think you're dishonest. And then when you say, please, can you believe me and give me some money? They say, no, you're a bad person who lies. In fact, you're a bad person who does bad things. Why would I give you money? I should give the defendants money. You're garbage. So don't be that plaintiff, right? Don't go nuts. Don't die on the hill of your physical manifestation of anxiety to make a potential slight increase in your emotional damages award. You hope, but in reality, what you're doing is just throwing out the entire case because you're just saying nonsense. And like, I get it. We're not doctors. I'm not a doctor. Most of my clients are not doctors. But at some point, when the doctors say, yeah, that's not a thing, we need to recognize I'm not a doctor. Potentially you're not a doctor, but your doctor's a doctor, and your doctor says you're full of shit. So shut up. Stop. You're taking a really good case where you're honestly telling how you were wronged, and you're attaching a very stupid lie that everyone knows is a lie. And that's a poison pill for your very good case in which you are entirely honest. The other side of that is, if you have legitimate physical manifestations of anxiety, make sure you're papering them so that you can survive this process and evidence can be entered as to what you've been through, right? I will be clear, 90% of the litigation we do with physical manifestations of anxiety, where people bring it up, I'm like, that is so legitimate. I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. Like, we want to help, right? It's the other 10% where people just vomit nonsense and their doctors are like, nope, none of that. And the expert witnesses for the defense are like, yeah, definitely none of that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And we're like, please just stop saying that. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how any of this works. And the plaintiff just goes out there and is like, I'm going to prove you wrong. And just hamstrings their case. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Like, listen to your doctors, listen to your attorneys, have conversations about the why and the how and the science of it all, and then make an informed decision. But if everyone you're talking to is like, yeah, what you're saying makes no sense, you may need to investigate that a little further. You may need to really sit down and have a conversation with yourself about why you're saying things that make no sense, that are potentially really harming your case. Anyways, this is a 15-minute video. I've gone way over, but I just think it's important. I see this a lot, and I hate to see plaintiffs engaging in self-harm. So I want to get it out there. And for the rest of you, I'm sure you have very legitimate emotional damages, and I hope this video helps you to legitimize them and document them and provide evidence as to the nature of your emotional damages and your physical symptoms of anxiety, so that you can get a larger emotional damages verdict, because that is what we do here. We want to help plaintiffs. Speaking of which, if I don't say this, they will hit me with baseball bats. Horrible, horrible baseball bats. If this video is helpful, like and subscribe. Helps me to help more people just like you.